Okay, good morning. I wanted to come and make a video, basically a tutorial for parents on how to, for long division, because we call it the box method. It's the same thing as how, you all were taught, I'm assuming, how I was taught, the traditional, you just follow down. But it keeps it a little bit more organized, which is very useful for most kiddos. They can do whatever method they understand and can get the answer to. So if you show them traditional and they want to do that, that is more than okay. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to do this one-handed. So we're going to start with our box. I told them they can go ahead and add they can set it up for subtraction or they can leave it however, totally up to them. Now, I encourage them before they even start to skip count by that divisor, because even though we know fives, a lot of times we get confused on, you have to figure out how many times it can go into without going over. And so the actual dividing can be kind of tricky. So I typically have them come underneath, because there's usually room on most of the worksheets, so on and so forth. And I have them skip count however much they need. So our dividend, the 775, that's going to go in our box. And that's going to go in the top right-hand corner of each, just like so. We don't have to put it in expanded form like we did for extended multiplication. And then our divisor is going to go on the outside just like we were doing traditional. So if we were doing it traditionally, we would do 775 divided by 5. So we call this our house. And then I have a slideshow of some Christmas characters that we go through when we introduce this lesson, and I will send that as well. So DMSBR. That is dad, mom, sister, brother, Rufus, or whatever dog name they want to use. So dad is first. Dad is going to divide. So we're going to start with our highest place value and move over. So first we have 7 divided by 5. A lot of them will try and say 5 divided by 7. I really want to encourage them 7 divided by 5. So in other words, do I see 7 on my list? I don't. But 7 would be between 5 and 10. So 10 is too big, so I have to move back 1, which would be 5. Well, that is 1 time. So 5 can go into 7 1 time without going over. Okay, so then dad divided, and some of them will use their little check marks. Dad divided, mom is next, and mom's job is to multiply. So mom is always going to multiply our divisor times a number on top, or whatever we just put on top. So 5 times 1 is 5, and I tell them that sister is the favorite, so mom is going to set up sister's subtraction problem all nice and neat for her. There's a whole little story that goes with it, so if they're telling you a story, they're not making things up. Sister is next. Mom multiplied. Sister is next. Sister's going to subtract. So 7 minus 5 is 2. And then brother, his job is to bring up. So brother's going to bring up and make this a 2-digit number. So now instead of 7, we have 27. So now we repeat, or that's brother, and then Rufus's job is to run and tell dad it's time to repeat. So now we are done with this column. We're moving on. We are in technically the tens if we are looking at our original numbers. So now 27 divided by 5. Again, I don't see 27. It would be between 25 and 30. So 30 is too big, so we have to go back. And that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 5 times, 5 can go into 27 without going over. So 5 times 5 is 25. And then, I'm getting ahead of myself. So dividing 27 divided by 5, mom would multiply 5 times 5. And then sister's going to come in and subtract 27 minus 25. Now, a lot of them struggle with borrowing sometimes. So I tell them, your numbers right here should never be more than 10 apart. So I tell them if they struggle with borrowing and subtraction, like basic subtraction, we're going to count up. So 25, 26, 27, which is 2. Or you could, 27 minus 25 is 2. However it works in their little brains is how I tell them to do it. So sister subtracted. Now it is brother's time. Brother's going to bring that up. So now I have 25. And this one we see on our list. So it goes in 5 times. 5 times 5 again is 25. I subtract and get a 0. So now there's nowhere else to carry this, and I subtract out to a 0. So I have no remainder, and that is how we would do that. So it's the exact same thing. 5 will go in 1 time. 5 times 1 is 5. Subtract and get 2. Bring down your 7. It's basically the same thing. It's just a little bit different format. So that is for a no remainder problem.